Well, hi everybody. I came back. I came right back. Um, Remember, if anybody wants a personal reading, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. And I have some openings. I was really busy last week, and I want to thank everybody that got a reading, and I have some more openings coming up. Okay, let's do Ivanka and the inauguration money. Let's try to throw them into the same reading. Ivanka and the inauguration money. What's going on? Are we going to hear about that right away? Ivanka and the inauguration money. Man, it's hot in here. I must have the air turned off or something, or either I'm having a hot flash. Ivanka and the inauguration money. I probably got the air turned off all the way. It takes it a while to get hot, and by the time I know it's hot, it's real hot. Or maybe it's just spirit coming in heavy. Okay, how much trouble are you in, little girl? Well, it's funny that this keeps coming out as a signifier. So she's already told him a lot of information. This might have been information she gave to Mueller a couple of years ago that's been sealed. Maybe it's in some of these indictments that's been sealed. But they've already got a lot of information that she's given up on something to do. Maybe that inauguration money. I don't know. Since it's what we're reading on. She's definitely the spy. I can't say the spy, but the first one that's going to come out that she gave information. Maybe even ahead of her brothers. I was kind of thinking, oh, Don Jr. was going to be the biggest coward in the first, but it looks like she's already gave information, and it might come out that she was the first one that's telling what's going on, or some of the things that's going on. She's trying to make an offer here, but it may be too late. They may have everything they need. Keeps coming up that her offer is empty. I think I read on her last week, and it was almost the same card came up. They made her an offer in the past, and she didn't want it. She's going to be wishing that she had taken it, because now they got all the information they need about what was going on in the White House when she was there. I don't know where they got the records, or they got a hold of something where a lot of the things they were asking her about, they've already got it now. She's still thinking that she's smarter than them. She's got to know better than that. What is this? This is illusion, delusion, or either thinking she's got a lot of different choices to get out of this. Maybe she's just still considering all of her options. Maybe there's so much more that she knows that she's thinking, should I tell some of the deep stuff? Should I come forward with some of the stuff that hadn't even been mentioned, and will that keep me out of trouble? Because she's just right now thinking about how she's going to stay out of trouble. And she thinks that might take her to higher ground. That might keep her out of trouble for a little while. If she starts yapping about stuff that even... Now, I can't say that nobody's heard of or even thought of. Most people that would listen to this channel thought of most of the stuff that she's probably involved with, but maybe she's thinking she knows enough that they don't know to still keep her out of trouble. Boy, there's a lot of indictments, a lot of investigations have, not that they haven't already been investigated, but there's a lot of things coming toward her. Just bang, 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 bang. We got the Eight of Wands here. It's probably kind of late for her to leave town. But she thought about it. She thought about running away from there. Thought if I just leave the country or something, maybe I'd go somewhere where they couldn't bring me back. She's thought of all of her options. And I don't know why we don't see Jared in here. I think I read on her last week and I didn't see him in there. Well, the outcome is her walking away from the bully. So it starts with the signifier of her saying, look what I got here, I got something for you. And them saying, well, we know what you got there and we already got that. Your offer is empty. And then she starts saying, yeah, but you were interested in this a year or so ago when they interviewed me, and they said, but we're not interested in it anymore because we already know everything that went on in there. And then she might say, well, there's some other stuff you don't know about, and that might get her to higher ground. And it might just seal some indictments for about 8 other people, maybe in her family, around her family, whatever. But in her own home, she's dreaming her hopes and fears that she just wishes she could leave the country, go somewhere else and finish. But she knows she's not ready to spend her whole life in some little country overseas. She does walk away from the bully. So I think she's going to be the first worm to turn. So I really think that she's going to be Daddy's nemesis. Going to be her daddy's nemesis. And I should have asked, how long is it going to be till some of this stuff starts happening? But I think it's going to start happening pronto. Because this barracks stuff, if any, it looks like they were going to they're going to hang it up for just a little bit till they get more information on some other things where some stuff don't get out ahead of time. Maybe that's why that hangman was over. Was it on the top of his reading or whatever? They may hold that up just a little bit, so they can bring this all out at the same time. So I'm going to try not to get all huffy and puffy and pointing my finger if it don't go exactly like I think it's supposed to go. But it looks like it's going to go. Didn't show her in jail, but it showed a lot of negotiations going on about what she knows and what she doesn't know and what she's willing to tell and what she's not. And hopefully we'll be hearing about some of it. And the next one's going to be on the Fel 45. Let's read on Fel 45. Fel 45. Fel 45 in August. Fel 45 in August. Fel 45 in August. What's Trump doing in August? What's going on with Trump this next month? Fel 45 in August. He's still waiting for somebody to help him. I'm not going to do a different. I'm just going to do like I've been reading them. He's still waiting for somebody to help him from overseas. I don't know if he thinks he's going to get help from 2 or 3, looks like from 2 different countries. I don't know what he thinks they're going to do for him now, but maybe help with misinformation. It's kind of late for that, but now he's still waiting for help. The obstacle over this is his children. They're so scared they're getting ready to start peeping like a bunch of chicks. When it comes to their head or theirs, they're gonna lower the boom on him. We got the Ace of Wands here. The past influence was delusion, illusion. But his cycle has come to an end. And his whole life so far, he's never been accountable for everything, for anything that he's done or done to anybody else. And we got the Wheel of Fortune in the sky over this reading, which is the present, which is telling us it's time. It's time now. It's changing. It's just going to come to a big halt and reverse. His fortune is definitely changing. No matter how much money people throw at him, or he tries to throw at other people, how much money he even tells the kids he might give them someday if they keep their mouths shut, none of them trust him either, because this is family money, generational money, and so I don't think they're going to believe him, no matter what he's telling them. And this is just for August. This is next month. He's going to be left out in the cold, even money-wise. So they're going to come after his finances big time. At least what he's got, you know, his name on and an interest in. They probably don't know where half the money is that he's stolen from the United States. But judgment's coming after him, and it's coming to the surface. And this is in August. Look at this. He's wondering if he should just keep his mouth shut and him maybe leave the country. He's thinking it might be a good time for him to go on a trip before they've got an ankle bracelet or something on him. Somewhere where he's not going to be facing so much shit, because on some level he even knows, like, you know, the power of positive thinking, I don't think is going to get him out of this bullshit. And me and my friend were talking about it earlier tonight. Oh, gee. I used to read those things. I'm the same age as Trump. I read a lot of those books, too, when I was a teen. I read his first book he ever put out. Good Lord. Senior moment there, I can't think of his name. But anyway, yeah, he was... it was a good book for a young woman that had low self-esteem like me to read, but it wouldn't have been a good book to cut your teeth on and have ran down your throat by the power of positive all your life, like you could change reality by it, because you can't change the whole world's reality. You just end up living in the nut house for most places. Anyway, here I've changed the subject. Not off. I should cut this out when I go to edit this. But he's thinking maybe he should go somewhere. Let's go back to here. This is the hopes and fears around it in the 9th house. And in the 10th house, I can't believe this is for Donald Trump. It shows him working. Maybe thinking he can build a barricade around him. I think I'm going to have to look at this Ten of Wands more literal than work. Hiding behind the work. Saying he had no choice. Blaming others. If he does talk, and the hardest thing he'll ever do is not talk. So when he opens up his mouth, when they start coming after him with all this heavy shit, he's just going to hide behind everybody else. That's going to be hard for him to do because we have his children here, but let's bring these all up. This is for 45, failed 45. in the month of August. We got him trying to get a hold of other countries, thinking that they could help with the propaganda or something, because they can't go back and change what's been done or what's known. But he's thinking, well, they always been there to help me before. He's really upset with his children, so maybe more than one of them's turning on him. He thinks everybody's being so fair and dishonest with him and coming down on him so hard. He tries the same old delusion, but his karma just changed. It just came to an abrupt stop and started going the other way. And I'm hearing within 10 days we're going to see it start to spin the other way, and I don't even know what today is. Tomorrow is Monday. It's Monday right now. It's probably after midnight, but about 10 days from now, his karma is going to spin the other way. So about the 3rd of next month, about the 3rd of August, he's going to wish the hell that he had left town already. But about the 3rd of August, something big's going to come out about the money. Maybe that inauguration money. Maybe something really bad. They're going to cut off his money, even his money. How they bring down a freeze on it or something. I feel like they're going to freeze his money. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be jumping ship. Here's judgment, and that's like, let's get the hell off this boat. It's going down. And I know I've said this before. Maybe this is just wishful thinking, because he's going to wonder if it's too late to leave, which it will be. And he's going to think, well, I'll just hide behind everybody else and say that was my job and that's what I was told to do. You know, because the buck has never stopped with him. It's always gone further down the ladder, everything that he's ever done or not done. So, looks like he's going to be in big trouble. So by the middle of next month, I'm thinking there's going to be a freeze on his money. That's what I'm thinking. They're going to tie a bunch of his finances up where he can't get in them and drain them, or get in them and move them, or get in them and change them till they're investigated. And I hope these cards are right. And I'm going to remember this if nothing happens, but something's happening. And his kids are right in the middle of it. And, in fact, I probably should read on Don Jr. real quick while I'm doing this. I think I will. I don't know how long this is. I'm gonna do another reading on Don Jr. I don't know why nobody ever thinks of Eric. And he's the baby. The baby usually gets all the attention. In my family, it was always the middle person that was left out, and I was the middle one. But well, let's see what Don Jr.'s up to. Don Jr. This next month. What's going on with you? Are you in there with your sister, seeing who can let out the information the quickest to get there or save their ass? Him and his nose candy. So what's going on? What's going on with Don Jr.? Don Jr. Oh, maybe temperance. Maybe he's going to have to go into rehab. Like there was a healing card there, it fell out. You might have to go into rehab to even remember, be able to handle any of this shit. I guess if you're as rich as he is, you got drugs at the house so you can have them delivered even if you got an ankle bracelet on. So let's see. Yes, it's a signifier. Maybe that's answering all these questions. The Lovers. Is that Guilfoyle or whatever? The troll under the bridge, that's what I think of her as, his wife or girlfriend or whatever in the F she is. The crazy lady. Something's going to come out about both of them, him and his wife, or him and his girlfriend. Information coming forward on him and his girlfriend, maybe from his girlfriend. Maybe she's fighting for her life too. I think he knows that the other kids are going to be going forward and he might try to beat them. Here's the brothers and sisters here together. Here's the law. The judge. Prosecutors. Heavy on him too. It finally dawns on him that he might have to, if he doesn't have to go to jail, he might have to get a job. Let's see what else comes up for his. Well, he's thinking about, he's also got a mother that's got quite a bit of money. Maybe he won't have to go to work right away. I don't know how many women he's disappointed in his life, or if this is just the Democratic women, because this to me is always the Democratic women. These are usually my lefty women. But they're celebrating something about him. So he must at least be in trouble. Right now he's laying awake nights trying to figure out which way to go with this, how he's going to deal with it. Probably laying awake nights because he's too buzzed up, but he's still worrying about how he's going to handle this. And I think his world's coming to an end as he knows it. Whatever he says might be more important, more interesting. I might have to draw another card on this. Even if Ivanka starts chattering and don't shut up first about what's some of the stuff that they want to know. He says something that the whole world pays attention to. What is it? Well, he's trying to keep himself out of jail. Something really bad. Something really bad here about what they did or didn't do with some money. Money that was supposed to go to the poor or go to help people or maybe go something that could have saved lives, maybe more about this, but he wasn't in charge of anything to do with this COVID, so I don't think it's COVID. Maybe it's something else. But they're going to find out. The whole world's going to be talking about something that Junior decides to reveal to try to save his butt. And it's something about stealing from the poor again. Surprise, surprise. It's something about money being really put in the wrong place. It ended up hurting a lot of people for some reason. I feel like it hurt people. Yes. Another card. Yeah. So this might have been something to do with the COVID. I don't know what he did with it or what he didn't have to do with it, but it might be some advice that he gave, advice that he took, or something he helped to cover it up. I don't know. But something's coming forward that's going to show that a lot of people lost their lives because money being put in the wrong place or something. Oh, I usually always pick up these all up when I'm through and do them. Put these down here like they were. So it's like a yes. And that was, I was asking if he was going to see if he could beat his sister to the punch. Maybe him and his wife both would be hollering their little heads off, trying to see who could tell the darkest story. This goes back to his childhood. Some of this rivalry's coming out from before. This is the law. They already know everything going on. This is him wondering if he's going to end up in jail or end up having to get a job. This is him wishing he was back living with his mother. This is the Democratic Party celebrating. This is him laying awake nights. This is the whole world watching something Don Jr. does. And this is supposed to be for the month of August. Something coming up for Don Jr. in August that the whole world's going to pay attention to. He's worried because it might put him in jail. It's going to be something about money going in the wrong place that ended up hurting people. So maybe this, I don't know. I don't think they sent any vaccines overseas or anything. They were just coming in when they got in. I don't know what it's going to be, but he's going to be in trouble for something that ended up hurting a lot of people. So that's it for tonight. I don't know if I made any sense, or I'll have to look at this when I edit them. And I don't know if I'm even going to edit them tonight because it's getting so late. But anyway, I love y'all. And God bless y'all. And let's pray for everybody to get shots. Everybody. And as soon as they get them out for kids, let's hope that everybody's smart enough to get these children vaccinated. I know, I just heard about Linda, bless her heart. She's one of the sweetest people in the world, that Linda G is. And I've heard about her daughter, and I worry about my son all the time because him and his wife, neither one took the shots because they've been losing weight and bodybuilding for 5 years, and they think they're both Superman after losing a lot of weight and keeping it off. And what scares me now is my grandchildren on that side. I'm getting worried about them. So I know. Anyway, I'm really proud that her daughter is doing good now, and that she got through that, because I was really feeling for her and praying for her. So I just want y'all to know I love you, and I want to thank you for watching. Thanks for watching. I was going to say Namaste, but no matter how, I've said it that way for 40 years. I've said it exactly that way, but people are always writing to me to correct me that I'm saying it wrong. Well, I think that comes from within. It means the God force in me salutes the God force in you. That's one way to put it. There's other ways to put it, but that's what it means. So I'm saluting you and sending you the Holy Spirit. And God bless you all. Good night now.